New York is the dream of every dancer. If you can make it there, you'll make it anywhere. I don't know what Sinatra had in mind, but dancing Lindy Hop in its motherland is like scoring a goal to Brazilians at Maracana, their home stadium in Rio.
Remain behind the designated barriers for docking. Failure to do so could result in serious injury.
All I have is the address of a jazz home party in one of downtown skyscrapers. But for me, it's like getting invited to a party in the Great Gatsby mansion. Careful, the doors are opening right into the 1920s.
Welcome. You too. Feel at home. Yeah, sure.
Give it up for Mr. Josh Hogan.
Don't send me no doctor.
The sound they have.
Send me no phone.
The characters. The blue crocodile leather shoes. I'm tempted to pinch myself to check if I died and went to heaven. Lindy Hop, Charleston, Boogie Woogie, Twist, and Blues come in fact from the same family of swing dances that are based on improvising jazz music. Today, swing is the #1 social dance in the U.S., and those who were standing at its roots won't let the young generation have it easily.
Why not? Why are you looking at your feet all the time?
I'm really shy to dance with you.
Why? You have your own rhythm. Thank you.
As it turns out, this perfect party was organized by a humble school teacher by the name of Barbara, the founder and the executive officer of the Harlem Swing Dance Society.
The first swing parties looked exactly like this, only they took place in Harlem in the 1920s, and the apartments were not so fancy. A bit of snacks, a bit of drinks, and a lot of dancing. They used to throw girls up to the ceiling. Harlem is where the history of jazz dances started.
Recently, through the grapevine, Barbara managed to find the last dancers from the golden age of jazz, and now she's organizing parties like this so that they can pass their experience on to the modern dandies.
What do you think? Who they are?
There's a couple of them here. You see that man in a beige hat? He's a famous dancer.
Yes, I see.
He also is a dancer.
He's 76. He dances with young girls all the time.
All the time.
That gentleman in the cap.
Well,
That's Sonny Allen, a living legend. He's the last star of Savoy Ballroom, the #1 club in the Golden Age. He is almost 80, but he never missed a party. We also have a genuine diva today, Dawn Hampton, a jazz singer and dancer. In 1931, when jazz was all the rage, Dawn came on the stage. She was 3 years old at the time, but she lost her voice, so she started dancing, and her natural sense of rhythm made her the queen of swing. Although nowadays, very few people succeed of luring her onto the dance floor. She's very picky.
I'm intrigued. Who is this swing prima donna? Dawn hasn't been singing for a while, but it's obvious she misses the limelight. She even invented her own genre. Everyone is watching her with bated breath. The musicians humbly bowed their heads. Some are hiding their smile, some are almost crying. If this is the way she whistles, I wonder how she dances. Young people try to impress each other with vintage outfits, but one look at the experienced troops is enough to understand what real style is and who has things to teach. To win the diva's heart, I need help from the best of the best.
Big man. That's the man right there.
How you doing? Hi, dog.
You got it.
Very good dancer.
I'm trying to
Amazing.
learn.
Yeah, I'm really amazed. Thank you very much.
I'm watching you.
Yeah? And how was
Yeah.
it?
You should have seen him last night.
May I take a lesson?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Anytime. Not tonight. I mean, at Harlem.
Okay.
That night, she didn't dance with anyone. She was just watching the dance floor from her throne in the corner. Despite my efforts to get closer, she didn't give me the time of day. But that would change.
That was awesome. Thank you, everybody. Okay, we're gonna party tonight.
Today, Harlem has a bad reputation. Strolling around is not recommended, especially for tourists. But it wasn't always like this.
Hello, freezing. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hold like Russia. See this picture? It reminds me of the 1920s when Harlem was the hottest place in New York.
Yeah.
Rich guys from downtown used to move here to live among the best musicians and dancers of the States. Come on, I'll show you one place.
Let's go.
At the dawn of the last century, African Americans from all over the country were escaping to New York in search for a job and a new free life. The cheapest rent happened to be in Harlem, so home parties in these apartment blocks have seen just about everyone from Louis Armstrong to Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald. Naturally, the best U.S. dancers became attracted to this place too.
We are going to the place where Savoy used to be, the most famous American ballroom. Standing in its place now is a residential complex called Savoy Park. Its residents have no idea what used to be there before 1958, when the ballroom was demolished.
Down there because the Savoy was,
Big.
it was a block long. It was
It's
on the-
one block?
Yeah. It
Wow.
was on the second floor.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this is how it looked like at night. So
Savoy used to stretch all the way from that intersection to the next
how long
one.
it was. This street.
it was so big.
It was a block long. It was
It's
on the
one block?
Yeah.
Wow.
That huge. It was always full of dancers.
God.
That's just incredible. Every night for 30 years, new swing moves were being born to the live music of the best American bands.
Yeah, right. And what do you think? What is the secret of success of Savoy Ballroom?
The secret was that they didn't discriminate.
It was free of discrimination. Everyone was allowed to enter. Rich and poor, white and black, you just had to know dancing. One night, Frank Sinatra came to the ballroom, but nobody gave him a second look because he wasn't dancing.
What do you think to dance a swing for the memory of Savoy here?
Right now?
Right now?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Yes, Carl. Thank you so much.
After the Savoy was shut down and hip-hop and R&B came to life, Harlem forgot about swing. Jazz became the music of highbrows, and the dance turned into a hobby of hipsters from East and West Village. But Barbara's dream is to return the old rhythms to simple guys, so she organizes free weekly swing classes. No local teacher could be found in Harlem, so Barbara had to get one from downtown. A dandy in an expensive vintage suit and socks that match an antique traveling bag. I think I've seen him before, at the awesome party in a skyscraper.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does I pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When swing was at its peak, people were learning how to dance at parties, not in schools. And now I understand how it worked. Nobody is blindly repeating steps after the dandy. Even students whose abilities are far from those of ballet dancers find their unique style right from the start. Any dance teacher could only dream of having such a beginner's group.
You know, that you can use while you're on the dance floor to give you some variety, you know, so you're not doing the same thing. So you can plug that into your swing.
All the dance forms in swing are named after legendary dancers: Shorty George, Susie Q, Sugar Push. Shorty George, for example, is the nickname of the first Savoy dancer, George Snowden. They say he was the one who coined the term Lindy Hop. There's no doubt that these rhythms belong to Harlem. This is the real Harlem Shake.
Okay. What's the stuff that you learned in class? Make something up? All right, give yourself a hand. Good job, everybody. Good job. Good job.
Okay, guys. Oh, nice lesson. Huh?
Very nice.
Your Shorty George was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Is this?
First place winner.
Yeah.
You really got it down there.
And you guys are from Harlem, or?
Yeah,
Yeah? You're from Harlem?
Yeah, that's what we do in Harlem.
Yeah.
The hard
Dance,
tradition.
dance, dance. And you know, once the music get into your soul, you can't get it out, you know.
I know.
Get it
I know.
out is to
Yeah.
shake it out and move it out.
How did you start it?
Well, I started upstairs in line dancing, and then one day I came down to the swing dance class. That was it. Line dance, you like robots. Swing dance, you got a partner, man. Pretty girls, ugly girls, it don't matter.
And what about you? Why swing? Why not hip hop and all of that stuff?
The typical stuff. I met Sam is at my Alvin Ailey program, and so I talked to him. He was like, "You want to come to my swing thing?" And I was like, "Absolutely." You know?
Yeah. And what about you? You were
I learned dancing to pick up girls.
pick up girls. That's true. That's truly answer what I know. So hopefully see you.
All right. And you're
Yeah.
pretty light on your feet too,
Yeah.
man.
How to follow the dress code of the fanciest New York retro party.
I really look Russian.
Where do you find a secret door that opens up into the Prohibition era?
Password.
I will down when you ask me to. Hello.
And how to see for yourself that dandies do exist in the US. Hell's Kitchen is a neighborhood situated in the very heart of Manhattan at the bottom of luxury skyscrapers. Every weekend, it turns into a famous rummage sale. Flea markets are the must-see of New York for any shopaholic.
Miners that come here and they're real cheap and they don't want to buy anything, you know? So what I do is I tell them that they're only allowed to take one picture. Also, like I usually have a sign, I tell them, look, this hat lasted 50 years in somebody's closet, you know?
Yeah,
it's
right.
not going to last 50 seconds around you. So. But that's, you guys can do whatever you want. This is my domain over here. This is my world.
One of the first Kodak film cameras, a grandma's necklace, Turkish pashminas cheaper than in the Grand Bazaar. There is even a chamber pot. It's a real heaven for retro collectors. But all I need to find in the midst of this junk is an outfit suitable for a 30s themed party. I can't get by without a help from a specialist.
Hey Alex, how are
Hey,
you?
Woon.
Good to see
Hello.
you. We're here at the house.
Here he is, a vintage collector, a swing dancer, and a stylist. Woon is easy to notice. He's like a living cover of the I Am Dandy magazine that was popular in the 30s.
It's the one thing people don't realize is like, you know, when you're hunting for treasures, vintage treasures, it's actually much more of a sport. It's like a nice little game, but you know, it's not as easy as it looks. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
you should invest in if you're willing to, you know. I actually do have quite a few. I would say this is more in the 20s. This one here, it could be 20s or 30s, double-breasted. Similar to what I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
Look at this shoe.
In the next booth, we find jackets just like the ones we saw in the old photos, but here Woon turns into a real nitpicker.
You can tell by the details. Like, for example, the actual design, you see by the larger lapels and the stitching, and it's clearly, see, it has a belted back detail, which is really true to the 20s. However, this was made in the 70s. If you compare to the jacket that I'm wearing right now, you can see
thing.
it's similar. However, the Asian is not true vintage.
It's not true vintage.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So-
but it's still fun to find.
Searching for.
Failing to conquer these mountains of mothballed clothes, we went to a store nearby with an advertising slogan saying, "Don't be embarrassed of having taste." Suits us.
Hi Matt, how are you today? Good to see you. Good to see you again.
Alex.
Matt, how are you? Good to see you.
Very good.
So, I mean, just look around, like, just.
Knitted boutonnieres, golden cufflinks, pin-up lapel pins, paisley pattern neck scarves. This place is for smart dressers. Customers that come here are inspired by black and white photos of their grandpas with Yale or Princeton background rather than by modern glossy magazines.
Young and old, people just like moving and dancing to this great music. And I was like, wow, this is quite fascinating. Like, there's all kinds of movement. Like, there's Charleston, there's Lindy Hop, there's Balboa, there's Shag. It's just like your eyes just keep, being drawn to it. for example, this is actually a 1920s belted back jacket. You can see by the darting in the pockets, and then there's also like this belted back detail, which is really getting. It's harder and harder to find these pieces, you know. And then like I have a little fun with fashion too. Like I bought this amazing strongman 20s pin. I think this is kind of funny with the little mustache going on, and then. Like these
In the evening, Woon will take me to a secret party for modern dandies where your looks are almost more important than your dancing. And whether I would get in depends on the clothes we choose.
You know,
Suspenders.
like, for example, I like these 8-panel newsboy hats. Let's give it a try. They have a really fun vibe to
How it should be.
It's like a little bit more tilted, yeah, like that, yeah. Does it fit? Would you propose it? Check it out. It looks great.
I really look like Russian, you know.
I think it's gonna be a great pop. So just picture,
that's great, huh?
Just picture it with, you know, inside the pant, you know, like it'll be tucked in, you know. So we talked about this particular bow tie, which is a really nice stripe, vibrant stripe.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be really beautiful, you know, together.
Yeah.
You could also go.
Okay,
with
we take both. Okay.
Sounds great.
I think we'll take it. Take them. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Have fun
Thank
tomorrow.
You. Thank you. Bye.
In my first evening in New York, I decided to try to win a dance with the prima donna. Now it's time for action. Behold, original method of fast swing learning by a legend of the golden age of jazz.
Once you hear that, same thing.
Okay.
Bop, 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 bop.
I will try to jump over my head and not to trip under jealous looks.
Dawn and Alexandra is going to give a little twirl on the dance floor. What do you think? Welcome, folks.
The next morning, I'm back in Harlem. To melt Dawn Hampton's heart, I need a masterclass from Sonny Allen, the Savoy legend. The lesson is scheduled to take place in the last remaining dance hall of the golden age of jazz, Alhambra Ballroom. The paint might be peeling off, and the weddings and corporate parties might have taken the place of jazz jams, but my teacher still remembers these walls shaking to the rhythm of swing.
Sonny.
Hey!
How are you?
What's going on, man? How's everything?
Hello.
Okay, Bob.
Nice to meet you, Barbara. Nice to meet you, Glenda. I'm Alexander. Nice to meet you.
Out of nowhere, I get 3 teachers instead of 1. Sonny invited his current partner Glenn and his old friend Barbara Billups to help me out. Once, they won the Harvest Moon Ball together, the biggest Lindy Hop competition. Then they put on a show and toured the country with it.
This is one of our pictures there, the Rockettes. That's me, that's Barbara, and that's Sugar, and et cetera. One thing about them, they made all their own costumes. I used to travel with 4 sewing machines out on the road, and they used to be in the dressing room making costumes while the show was going on for the next week. And that's me when I went to Harvest a long time ago, when I did aerial acrobatics and all that type of stuff those days. You know.
Sonny always has a couple of old photos on hand. If young dandies today play nostalgia for the 40s and 50s, Sonny and his friends genuinely miss the long-gone youth. When the Savoy was demolished and Alhambra Ballroom got closed as unprofitable business, Sonny and Barbara were left with nothing.
And that's what we called ourselves. At that time, my name wasn't even around. It was just the Rockettes. And we started dancing. And then I still wanted to go up there and have something bigger, so I added more girls. My father used to be the captain of the Democratic Club on 116th Street, and we used to rehearse up there. Actually, I'm going to show you something. All I want you to do, we're going to clap this here, and Now just try 2. And bop, 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 bop. Now listen to your music. Do, 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 do. Bop, bop. You can always chime. Bop, da, bop. Think of a dancer. Ba-do-ba-da, bop, ba-do-da, bop, bop, ba-da, bop. There you go. That's all it is. Once you hear that, same thing.
Okay.
Bop, 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 bop. Same
Let's
thing.
try that.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Bop, 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 bop.
I guess that's how Sonny and the other stars of the Savoy and Alhambra learned dancing.
See, in school, they learn how to do this, A follows B follows C.
Yeah, right.
And dancing is what you feel. I'm looking, I want to see what they can try and follow us, okay? I don't play so.
I'm not sure about it.
Don't worry about it, you can do it. I got confidence in you. Okay? Yeah.
You coming round in all kinds of crazy situations. 'Cause I'm up, then I'm down.
On Sonny's watch, the Charleston turned into Lindy Hop and Lindy Hop into Boogie Woogie. But he is convinced this wordplay is of no importance as long as you get the rhythm.
Get me the doctor, get some pills.
This one here. Nice and easy.
Do it.
Go ahead. Come on. Nice and easy.
Finally, it's the evening of the exam. I'm going to the famous Swing 46 Club, the Savoy of today. Here, swing old-timers and young dandies come and dance together to the George G. Big Band, a successor of huge orchestras from the golden age of jazz. It's not so often that you see so many elegant gentlemen and young ladies in their grandma's dresses in one place. But only one woman is of interest to me, the prima donna.
I've only had you that you do, so let me think again. You gotta do music played by silent senders, start me off on dancing floor.
George.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Alex. Thank
Alex,
you for
George
music.
J.
I'm really impressed.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Swing 46.
Thank you.
This
Thank you so
joint
much.
is jumping every night of the week, but especially on Tuesday night.
when my band is playing.
Yeah. You know, I like swing personally. What you feel about
This is the way I describe swing.
This is it.
This is it. When you feel like, you know, when you feel it in your body, and your body starts moving, and you start dancing, and start moving your feet, that is swing. You know? When you see the dancers and the big band play together, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. When dancers stopped, when jazz group became more bebop, they were not playing for dancing. But when they were swinging, they were playing.
I muster up the courage and ask George to play along.
And tell me, what was the first one? Like big, famous, became bigger.
I'm so happy.
Okay. Thank you for music again.
Thank you
so much. Nice to meet you.
A professional swing ballet group takes over the dance floor and starts showing all those loops dedicated to Lindbergh. But all I can do is think about the coming test with my knees shaking.
Crew here from Russia, and they're from a TV show called My Planet, and we'd like to welcome them here to Swing 46. Please give them a nice warm welcome, folks. And their host, now, their host Alexander is gonna, I don't know if he's ready for this, but Don and Alexander is gonna give a little twirl on the dance floor. What do you think, folks?
Don't encourage her.
I did. I encouraged her.
Don't encourage her.
Are you ready, Don? No, the real question, Alexandra, are you ready? Give him a big start welcome, folks.
In a split second, I forgot everything I learned. I guess swinging is when you stop paying attention to jealous stares from under the hats, thinking about your looks, or trying to do complicated figures. You just stay one-on-one with the music and your gorgeous partner. Dancing with the legendary Don Hampton to the sounds of a big band in the center of Manhattan, I suddenly realized that all of us, both old troops and young dandies, come here for the same feeling. The golden age of swing didn't end a half a century ago. It still continues right here and right now.
Give them a nice hand, folks. Give them some love. Alexander, nice hand. He's humming pretty good with Miss Don Hampton.